Have you ever wanted to watch an African movie but could not decide what to watch? You had the money, you had the time, but there you were faced with so many options and you just could not decide what to watch. Or are you one of those people who have sworn never to watch an African movie because you believe they are all so bad? Well, that's why I'm here, to help you. Welcome to the very first episode of The Screening Room with Adenike. Welcome. So, on this show, I'll be reviewing and critiquing African movies. I'll be breaking them down for you, telling you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in so doing, I'll be saving you time and money. Now, the movies will be rated on 5 stars, 5 being the best and 1 being the worst, or in some cases, God forbid, 0. Anyway, in addition to all of that, I'll also be bringing you movie industry news and updates, interviews, behind the scenes. If it has to do with the African movie industry, it's right here on The Screening Room with Adenike. First up is the segment called Nollywood Antics. Now, in this segment, I talk to you about the outrageous things and ridiculous things that happen in Nollywood. And today, listen, this week, I was just minding my business on Instagram when I saw this clip of a Nollywood film, wait for it, called Spider Girl. I was like, what? I must have gone into shock for like 5 minutes staring at the clip. Okay, I'm gonna play it for you right now, so check it out.
Shut up! Stop!
Imagine that, a Nigerian movie titled Spider Girl. Somebody tell me why. Why? I mean, it's not even bad that it's titled Spider Girl or that they're trying to make a spider something movie. It's the way it was produced. Did you see the costume? And the way the webs were just flying and oh my Lord, my God, and my Savior. Anyway, if you find any Nollywood antics, please share it with us on social media using a hashtag only in Nollywood, and I'll definitely talk about it on this show, okay? Alright, so when we come back, I'm going to go straight into the very first movie review I have for you. It's of the movie titled Iyore The Return. You're going to love this one, okay? So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You will leave this palace, else I will have your head on a stake.
I want to make her my wife.
Alright guys, welcome back. So the very first movie I'm talking to you about today is titled Iyore The Return. It's a Nollywood Nigerian movie produced and directed by Frank Raja Arase. I absolutely love this film, so let me just put it out there. I'm rating it 4.5 over 5. I think it's one of the best movies yet in 2015. Now, the movie features Rita Dominic, Joseph Benjamin, Okawa Shazne, Paul Bazile, who we had not seen in forever, and a host of other stars. Buki Wright was in the film as well. So the movie was set back in the day in the Benin Kingdom, old Benin Kingdom. So it tells the story of a particular young maiden named Ameze. Her fate was to be buried alive whenever the Oba died. You know, so they were just feeding her well and dressing her and all of that. But then unfortunately, she was supposed to remain a virgin, right? But unfortunately, she gets pregnant for this guy and they had to run away. And then fast forward 30 years later, we meet a brand new character whose life seems to be intertwined with Ameze from 30 years ago. So we're going back and forth with what happened 30 years ago and how this person's current life is related to the olden days. And it was quite an intriguing storyline. Like I said, I'm giving it 4.5 over 5. What did I love about this film? Number one was the storyline. It was captivating. It was interesting. It was intriguing. It had a lot of factors to it. Then the cinematography was beautiful. The costumes, it was old Benin Kingdom, so they had to put a lot of thought into the costumes and the sets and the props and the design. In fact, you can see how I'm talking about it. Everything just looked so good and so real, you know. And then another thing I loved was the script. It was well written. You know, the lines were very detailed. You had to pay extra attention so you could get the gist and details of what they were talking about. The acting was fantastic as well. I mean, you have Rita Dominic, you have Joseph Benjamin, Okanlawon was amazing as well. It was so good to see Paul again on screen, you know. So they all had good chemistry and they all came together and worked really well. I personally believe that Frank Raja directed this movie beautifully. He made use of his characters very, very well, and he got the best out of his cast members. However, the movie wasn't perfect, you know. I mean, they had a lot of transitioning issues because they were going from the past to the present to the future. So if you don't pay extra attention, it will be very easy for you to get lost in the storyline. So I feel they should have paid a lot more attention to how they told the story. Then another thing I didn't like was that I thought it was quite long, and a lot of scenes could have been cut out. Or there were quite a number of unnecessary scenes that they could have cut out, made the movie a lot more shorter, and then would have enjoyed it better without sitting there for so long. And then the last thing I didn't like was that it was a tad bit confusing. So if you're an everyday movie watcher, you might not quite get it. You might have to watch it like once or twice before getting it. But overall, I thought it was a beautiful movie. I personally believe that Era is one of the best films we've seen yet in 2015. So should you watch it? Absolutely, yes, you need to watch it. You need to buy it on DVD. And of course, send me your comments. Let's know if you agree with me or not. You can send your comments to trsrwithadenike@gmail.com. All right? Welcome back to the screening room with Adenike. So earlier this week, I caught up with Nollywood filmmaker Niyi Akinmolayan, and we had a chat about his career, his movies, and especially about his recently premiered film titled Falling. Check it out.